Christmas. The lights, the trees, the gifts. It's the most wonderful time of the year, right? But if you've ever felt like the holidays are less about joy and more about spending, stress, and shopping, you're not alone. So how did we get here? Hi! My name is Jaden and I make commentary videos on culture, media, and kind of whatever's going on in the world. And today I want to talk to you guys about Christmas overconsumption because it has definitely become a very commercialized holiday over the years. And while I'm yapping about that, I thought it'd be kind of fun to do something a little bit different and make some holiday brownies while I yap to you about Christmas overconsumption. So let's see how this goes. Maybe I will get totally distracted, but let's see what happens. Here's the thing. Christmas wasn't always the way it is now, right? Like, it didn't start becoming more commercialized until like the mid 1800s roughly. And that's when the holidays started to like shift a little bit, but it was really the mid 19th century when it started to pick up and like things got more consumerized with the rise of like department stores, festive marketing, all that jazz, right? And like the Christmas tree itself didn't even exist until like 1848. And of course, you know, Christmas trees started to become more of a thing. Although the original history of Christmas is that it was a pagan holiday, like most holidays are. So take with that what you will. Sorry, I'm just melting the butter. And Santa became the mascot for Coca-Cola, which was around like the 1930s, and obviously that became a very big marketing thing, and everyone was starting to use Santa for marketing purposes because, you know, if you can profit off of it, it's gonna sell, right? Because like that's the whole idea. And then in the late 19th to 20th century, in like 1930s again, with the Coca-Cola ads, whatever that I mentioned, department stores like Macy's started doing their very elaborate Christmas displays in their windows. And everyone was like, oh my gosh, like, we're making money from all this advertising. We gotta get on this, like, we gotta get on this, right? Oh, I forgot the cocoa powder. There it is. So, what happened around the 20th century after all that? Well, Black Friday started to become a thing, and we all know Black Friday originated in America, and that was right after Thanksgiving. And that's when everyone started doing their Christmas shopping because, you know, things were on sale and people were like, okay, well, we're going to save money. We might as well do it all after Thanksgiving, which is kind of ironic. Right after the day you're supposed to be thankful, you go and like buy a bunch of stuff. But, you know, I don't make the rules. That's just how they are. And then, of course, social media started to become a bigger contender because you started seeing haul culture, and we all know how I feel about haul culture. I hate shopping hauls, which is funny because when I was a kid, I did love watching shopping hauls until I got older and realized like how consumeristic all these haul videos are. And of course, all those trending hashtags like hashtag holiday haul, hashtag gift guide, those are like taking over social media and encouraging more people to buy a bunch of stuff they don't necessarily need, whether it's a sponsored video or one of those like trending items like a Stanley Cup. People are just gonna keep pushing it and be like, you need this product for Christmas because I want my paycheck from that extra check that I'm gonna get. And then big companies as well started to buy into this as well by giving their employees holiday bonuses or throwing holiday parties because it would encourage people to work harder and more efficiently and be more likely to accept longer shifts and hours at their places of work because they'd be getting paid a little bit more, and they needed to keep people like working through the busy holiday season because not everyone wants to work when it's crazy busy, and they want to spend time with their families, of course, during the holidays, which, you know, isn't really gonna work out if they're just working all the time. So the best way that companies could figure that out is by being like, hey, we'll pay you extra if you stay later. And then online shopping became a huge thing, and online shopping in general is pretty terrible for the environment because if you think about it, all the like packaging that you have to use to ship stuff out, and then the postage, how much gas that uses, how much fumes it puts into the air. Online shopping is actually pretty harmful to the environment. I will probably have numbers somewhere on the screen explaining a little bit more why online shopping is kind of harmful to the environment and why you should kind of minimize on that in general. Now that we are into the year 2024, just on the cusp of 2025, which is actually wild to think about, what does that mean for Christmas season and the holidays now? Because we know during the pandemic and everything, everyone was buying stuff online, and now people are finally able to like spend time with their families more, opposed to like during COVID when like people couldn't travel and all of that. People obviously want to get together more and spend time with each other, but that also brings another pressure, which is the pressure to impress. And unfortunately, a lot of people feel pressured to get the most expensive and the most trendy gifts for people, or they've been so consumed that they are expecting an expensive or trendy gift, and they're gonna freak out on their family and friends if they don't receive 100% what they want to receive because they saw a trend on TikTok. But then you fall into the problem that trends don't last forever. So what's trending right now that like say your kid or whoever put on their Christmas list, it might not be trendy enough for them by the time the holidays come around. Then your kid or friend or whoever is going to be disappointed because whatever you got them was so 2 months ago and it's not the hot thing right now. And especially with kids, you know how kids are, they have no filter. So if they're disappointed in something, they will be very vocal about it and they will chew you out. And then platforms like TikTok, Instagram, even YouTube are still promoting the idea of like endless holiday shopping. You see all these like challenge videos like Christmas shopping challenge, or spending like $1,000 in 10 minutes, or like gifts you need to get someone for Christmas this year, or top viral products for 2024, and then people's holiday wish lists, all the hauls they're doing. It's a lot of stuff. And then there's also the viral trends that people are playing into as well. So they're going to go out and have these super expensive, over-the-top, lavish parties because they want to, again, show off a lifestyle that they may or may not have. And I mentioned in my previous video as well about the overpriced holiday merchandise. Sorry, I'm checking my recipe. What was I saying? All right. So in my previous video, I mentioned the outrageously expensive holiday stuff that you see coming around. So what am I talking about? Those holiday advent calendars by big brands that you see, crazy expensive because no one wants to pay like $6,000 for like a cheap, well, not cheap because it is expensive products, but you know what I mean, for an advent calendar that mostly is just filled of sample stuff. And then all the brands that are making like holiday pajamas. There was like that scandal as well I saw with this TikTok girl, and she made a pajama set with her sister-in-law, I think it was. And they were overcharging for everything, and people were mad about it, and their quality wasn't even that good. And that's a big thing I see with these like trendy like holiday exclusive products, is that they're not even good quality, but they're marking up the price because it's for a holiday, right? And if you can mark up the price, then they're going to do that, and because they know people are still going to buy it. And that's what they want you to do, is they want you to buy it so they can get more money, and then you're not even going to use the item later because you're like, oh, I didn't preheat the oven. So they want you to spend money on these things that you're not even going to care about, that are cheap quality, because they're just holiday exclusive, and literally after the holidays, you're not going to use these things. So why would people buy $90 holiday pajamas? This even goes for other companies too, like Victoria's Secret. My sister works at a Victoria's Secret, and their like holiday pajama sets are like $50 to $60. You're only going to wear it for like December. There's no point in buying these like limited like holiday things if you're not going to reuse them for other like holidays. So like if you're getting like holiday clothes for your kids or whatever, it's like they're going to grow out of it by next like holiday season, and you wasted like $30, right? Not worth it. Another thing that I'd like to point out is that holiday stuff starts coming out as early as October. I even saw some coming out, what's the month before October? In September. They were replacing back to school stuff at my local Walmart with Christmas stuff. And like a little tiny bit of Halloween stuff. Like they completely slept on Halloween, which was very rude because I love Halloween. But it's the fact that Christmas is just so commercialized that they feel the need to start advertising it so early because they need to get more sales because they want to make more profit. Here's the candy cane brownies ready to go. How long am I going to cook these for? 40 to 45 minutes. Jeez. Anyways. Next thing I want to talk about is the stress over joy aspect of the holidays. Because what's supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year often brings more stress than joy for a lot of people. And that kind of defeats the whole purpose of like what the holiday season's all about, because you want to spend time with the people you love, your friends, your family. And the stress and pressure over buying stuff has really killed the whole joy aspect of the holidays. I've changed location for this topic because I wanted you to see my lovely Christmas tree. The ornaments are all keychains of anime characters, Pokemon. The topper is an oven mitt with a chef we've named Chef Rosati. He is beautiful. Enjoy my Christmas tree. Okay, so financial strain. This one is a big one because a holiday that's centered around friends, family, spending time with your loved ones has become the most stressful time opposed to the most wonderful time of the year because everyone is stressed about everything. And I mean everything. It's not just the gifts people are stressed about nowadays. It's also the ability to travel to visit your friends and family because traveling's not cheap, okay? Like, my family lives in Ontario and I'm out here in BC. We can't even get together for the holidays until February because flights are too expensive and we got bills to pay. And according to an article I read on the Comedian, people feel pressured to overspend on gifts, decorations, and experiences, which leads to mental exhaustion and financial strain, which obviously is not good. And then people get so mentally exhausted trying to balance shopping, planning for parties. Everyone's having Christmas parties, so you gotta get ready for your work party, your partner's work party, your friend's party, your parents' party, and then everyone expects gifts at these events. You gotta get gifts for everyone. You have to get gifts for your friends, for your family, your boss, your employees, your employer, all these people. Then you're doing these secret Santas at different events, whether it's at work they're doing a secret Santa, or school, or some kind of community event you're a part of. Everything leads to exhaustion and spending money, and we can't afford to spend so much money on people all the time. It's a lot. Half the people I know can barely pay their rent on time, myself included, and it's just so unrealistic to expect to either give or receive an outlandishly expensive or trendy gift. A lot of the people that I know as well in my personal life find the holidays just to be exhausting and they can't wait to be done with them because society has turned holidays into such a massive, commercialized, expensive, high expectation sort of celebration opposed to its true meaning of spending time with people you love. I mentioned in my previous video as well that instead of buying someone an expensive, fancy, trendy gift or gadget or whatever, that the most thoughtful gifts are the things you make. My sister has made me many cute gifts over the years, and those are my favorites. Those are things I will cherish, I'll remember forever, and it's not just junk that's gonna take up space in my apartment, and it's something that I genuinely look at and it brings me joy. Or if you do want to get someone something a little higher in budget that you can afford, you'd want to get something that you know they would use. Don't just buy some random trendy thing. You want to get something that they like is practical. A practical gift is the way to go. If you're not going to be creative and make something, think practical, because you don't want whatever you get someone just to gather dust on the shelf or get donated or thrown away. You never know what could happen. Practical is like the best thing ever. Like maybe you have a friend who really wants a coffee machine, or even just like a French press. Like practical, get it, go for it. What's important is to just remember to prioritize yourself, the people you care about, and focus on the experiences, what's in the present moment, and not the what ifs, the could have beens, the you should haves. Any of that stuff is not worth your time or energy. The holidays should literally just be about spending time with people you love, having fun, playing games, maybe getting a few drinks, cooking together, cleaning together, just enjoying quality time with people you don't always get to see. Especially as adults, we rarely see our friends or our family as we get older, and maybe you or a friend or family member has moved all the way to like another state or a country or province, and you haven't been able to see them. This is the time that you want to just spend with those people. And we don't need to stress over buying such expensive stuff, whether it's expensive decorations, hosting the most expensive fancy looking parties. Again, I'm just being repetitive at this point, but I'm trying to get the point across that everything is so commercial that we're kind of losing the meaning of what holidays are about. And this goes for all holidays in general. All of them are becoming way more commercialized than they used to be. And that's just because of corporations try to make a profit. They don't care about what you actually want. They don't care about your well-being. They don't care about your friends or your family. They care about making the most money they can in the shortest amount of period of time. I definitely encourage you to be a little bit more mindful this holiday season, whether you are creating a budget for shopping for gifts, whether you are planning a holiday party. Just kind of take it easy. Don't worry about getting the fanciest decorations. All you need is like a cute little tree, and even that you don't even need, right? You just need the people you care about. And if you are like having a holiday party, make it a potluck. That way you don't have to stress cooking all day. Even for like a regular holiday dinner, don't be the one just that's at home all day stressing over cooking and trying to accommodate to everyone's allergies and dietary preferences and stuff. Make it a potluck. It will save you so much time and so much stress and so much money, because food is not cheap either. And gifts exchanges as well. If there's a lot of people that you want to get a gift for and they all know each other, do a secret Santa, and you only have to worry about getting someone one thing opposed to getting 20 things for 20 people. And then of course the importance of like holiday traditions, just those little happy memories you can make and something you can look forward to every year with the people you love. My family's holiday tradition has always been getting pizza and burritos on Christmas Eve, because my dad, when he would dress up as Santa, he didn't really like cookies, so we would always order Pizza Hut for him, and it just kind of became a little tradition. I think it's cute and wholesome, although I personally am not a Christmas celebrator. I celebrate Yule. I still partake in the holiday traditions with my family because I'm just there to see them and I love them. Here's the finished brownies. Aren't they cute? So cute. In conclusion, don't give in to holiday overconsumption, whether it's for yourself, for the environment, for your wallet, for the economy, whatever it is. Just take it easy and be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and don't fall for all these social media traps. If an influencer is telling you to buy something, do your research. If it's something you actually genuinely would use, go for it. If it's something that you are just like, I have no clue if I would use this or if anyone I know would like this, don't waste your money on it. And don't buy those overpriced advent calendars because it's not worth it. Check out my other video I mentioned. I'm talking all about that. And I will see you in my next video.